Yeah.
And yeah, like what made you so interested in stocks when you were a kid? Like just because you thought of it as fast money, like your father gave you a stock account. Like how did you get so into it?
Even before then, I liked to read the newspaper, and my dad most of the time bought the New York Post.
Yeah.
And New York Post is a lot easier to read than New York Times. And
easier in layman's words.
Yeah, even a kid can read it. So you start in the back, the New York Post, because that's like the front page, because it's a sports page.
Yeah.
And even kids like sports, and I was a normal kid that likes sports, and you read backwards, and then eventually after the final tables for the NBA, you get to the stock pages.
Yeah.
And the stock pages look just like the NBA pages.
Yeah,
because
right.
it's just numbers.
Remember the sports guys? You would see what the cards were worth.
Sure.
And it was just names and numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same thing.
And you look at it and you say, oh, Microsoft, I know what that is. It's a computer company. And you sort of slowly kind of say, oh, I've heard of Walmart, or I've heard of you pick a company, Gillette. I know what that is. My dad uses Gillette. And you sort of get fascinated by the fact that these are numbers moving up and down. The same way you might look at the games and say, oh, I think the Supersonics are going to beat the Pistons because they got a better team. Well, I think Gillette's stock's going to go up, and maybe compact computer stock is not going to go up. And it's just sort of fun. As a kid, I was fascinated with these numbers constantly moving. When I was a kid, I used to collect baseball cards, and I'd like...
Same, man. I think we both have great... I mean, I'm not showing off, but we have great memories, and we like to make connections between things. So I think trading cards, stocks, it's like...
Well, I particularly love numbers. So like for me, I'd love to sit and... in my mind, I would guess, I have baseball cards, and they have the betting average, and I have these dice. And depending on how many dice you use, you can approximate any percentage average. So like you can guess the batting average. And I play like these stupid games with like pennies and quarters of like pretending to play baseball. And when I was like 6 years old, and I love numbers of all kinds. So the stock market is a little more advanced, a little more complex, but at the end of the day, it's still numbers to analyze. And some people, what amazed me in Brooklyn is that you had people that were so obsessed with the Yankees, the Mets, and they had no impact in your life, whether Don Mattingly hits...
I said the same thing. I stopped liking sports because when you finish high school, I started to think, oh, you're into girls and making money, but I started to think, wow, the players don't really care about me.
No, they don't.
So I moved on to making money and going out and stuff.
Yeah, the number of home runs or base hits that Don Mattingly or Wade Boggs would hit for the Yankees back in the 90s, it didn't matter to me. I want to get an A+ because, the Yankees won or lost. So I decided to say, let me think about myself. Of course, I still enjoy baseball and basketball and everything like that, but
not your main focus.
I think to obsess over it is a little, for something that has nothing to do with you is a little bit strange.
All right.